Boscombe, once a thriving seaside resort on the south coast of England. Yet the town has fallen into decline due to a lack of investment in the area. This is all set to change with an £11 million regeneration project of the area. At the heart of this regeneration is the creation of a £3 million artificial reef, designed to turn Boscombe beachfront into a hub of British surfing activity. Construction of the reef began in summer 2008, with a foundation the size of a football pitch secured to the seabed. 12 months late and £1.3 million over budget, the reef has failed to meet the expectations of its users. Local resident Danny Chilcott has managed the Ocean Breeze Bed and Breakfast for 4 years and was one of the many locals who felt that the regeneration project would have a positive impact on their business.
The main reason we moved here was because we heard of the regeneration project of the whole of the seafront, the pier, the surf reef, and eventually moving up into the town. There's 16 hotels, and amongst us we're all within 10-15 minutes walk of the reef, the seafront, and not one of us have taken a booking for surfing as yet since the reef's been opened. So it kind of disproves the figures that tourism is up. Certainly people staying in the area, certainly people staying in Boscombe, have not had any effect whatsoever from the reef.
As a keen surfer, Danny has first-hand experience of how the reef is performing.
I've been surfing for nearly 10 years now, and it's just so nice to be able to get out in the open and work with nature, you know, see all the weather conditions, and then when you do catch a wave, you get the real buzz, you get the real feel of nature's force. It's just great to be part of that. The surf reef isn't quite performing as it should at the moment. The shape of the wave isn't quite very user-friendly for long surfboarders, but it's the bodyboarders that are getting most of the benefit at the moment. But we do feel that with a few adjustments, the length of the ride and the shape of the wave could then be of use to surfboarders as well as bodyboarders.
This view is echoed by other surfers in the area.
I think the reef really has been anything that's been worth going out to. I think that, you know, on the rare time I have been down here looking at the reef, it's never been anything impressive. It's just a kind of, from what you'd expect, all the hype that, you know, it's been said about the reef, it's just nothing, it's just flat.
At the moment we're still on the end of Boscombe Pier, which gives you an indication of how far out the surf reef is. It's still out further than we are at the moment. Unfortunately at this minute the tide's very high, so there's no wave action over the reef, but when the tide drops back in about an hour's time, we should see some waves breaking over the reef. Most of us local surfers have been using it since August. Although it wasn't officially opened, when the lifeguards weren't around, we were out there trying it out. And we did notice it was exceptionally powerful, and the wave that took you across the reef was really, really quick. Although we did notice the width of the wave wasn't what they said it would be, and the height of the waves certainly weren't double, which was the whole object of the reef. We feel really passionate that once it's up and going as it should be, we're going to get some really good waves out there, and which is going to benefit everyone local here because they're going to be out there having fun. And all the local businesses, because it will then bring people into the area.
Bournemouth Council have commissioned a report into the effectiveness of the reef from several South Coast universities. The outcome of this report will determine what additional work to the reef is required.
As a local surfer and a local businessman, what we're hoping for is that this report will be acted on now, because there's another report due out at the end of the year. But we feel once that report comes out, it would then be another year before any work could be done, because the reef crew will not work in our seas during the winter. We're very passionate about getting this project to its successful conclusion as quickly as possible, which is why I've been involved in talking to BBC Radio Solent and BBC South Today and the Bournemouth Evening Echo, and also the Telegraph has shown an interest, and we've spoken to all these people to sort of put pressure on the council to get these problems sorted out at the first possible opportunity.
When approached to talk about the reef, Bournemouth Town Council declined to comment. Despite the evident problems, Danny remains hopeful that the issues concerning the reef can be resolved quickly, resulting in a brighter future for Boscombe.
We think that the council are listening to us, they're talking to the surfers in general, and we just hope that they act sooner rather than later, and they act on the 6th monthly reports and get these adjustments done this summer, rather than waiting till the report in September, which wouldn't see the work being done till the following summer, which would have grave problems for local businesses trying to survive for yet another winter.